right, what is going on, guys? It is another episode of Let's See Where We Take the Cycling Adventure to. And we got a race tomorrow, La Copa Omnium, except I'm not doing the Omnium. In Chula Vista, San Diego, I will be doing the Saturday road race and just finish up some work. It is currently 9:20 and I have to be up at 4 a.m. so we can make it down there. Was planning to leave tonight. Didn't happen, but just getting everything ready to make sure I don't forget nothing this time, because last time I was down in San Diego, forgot the camera. So gotta make sure that doesn't happen. So we're prepping everything already. Extra battery. Finishing the last of my electrolyte for today. Case, glasses. Oh, I'm actually excited to try these. I don't know if you guys have done these, the nose strips. I notice I breathe a lot from my mouth, and somebody mentioned try nose strips, so I am going to try this tomorrow, see how that works. Hopefully it helps tremendously. And charging up the final of my Garmin, but I'm excited because I got a new kit for tomorrow, guys. I heard it's not even pass with the S. Somebody called me out on that. It's Pad Normal Studios. So I'm gonna be rocking the all black. Excited for this. It's gonna be dope. By the way, this material is very different. Normally I'm a medium on jerseys, Pedal Mafia, some of the ASOs that I have. But man, I put on a medium on this one and it literally felt like it was painted on my body. A little too tight. So had to go with an extra large, believe it or not. This is an extra large and it looks very small. Bibs, I'm a small on bibs. Yes, I'm a small. And that's across the board. This one feels good. Very comfortable, especially for racing. I'm a very fan of this and the ASOS. So yeah, I got the bike ready. Gonna be carpooling with my boy Juan. So shout out for Juan. He's gonna be doing his first race, Cat 5. And got the ND filters ready for the camera. Although I'm pretty sure it's gonna be cloudy day tomorrow. So we're probably just gonna run an ND8 just to give some good contrast and make everything look good. But aside of that, it's time to go to bed. See you guys in the morning.
Woo! Woo! Look, I just been keeping my poise. Made by the million, but still unemployed. They text me about green, but not on Android. She not my shawty, she filling the void. I make the sounds that cut through the noise. He think he a man, but he chillin' with boys. Put down the liquor, start drinking LaCroix. The pain wasn't choice, but now I rejoice. My uncle had told me that I was the one. I played that shit smart, now my bragging and dumb. Lil' shawty had hit me, said she wanna come. Her dresses is black, but she not a nun. I'm so Pasadena, cause that's where I'm from. Some bangers, some hoes. Them with guns, they scheming for riches, they playing it numb. I'm second, I wins cause I'm second to none. Look, what the you think I do it for? Do it for? Ay, looking in the mirror, you the go, ay, I've been out here grinding 24. So in the mirror, you the go, ay, what the you think I?
Alright, what is good? This guy here is gonna go register. We ready?
Do it for, ay, looking in the mirror, you the go, ay, I've been out here grinding 24. So in the mirror, you the go, I ain't had to get snooze in a minute. Got the bag, then I took it independent. Model 3, you know it's not rented. Authentic, every vibe is cemented. Fresh J's, now we jumping out the ceiling. Tough times made a diamond out of feelings. All facts, they can't question what I'm dealing. Got house, we my focus on the building. Just some love and now I'm feeling so so prolific. Hustle loud, much you don't get it. Seen the highs and the lows, it's terrific. It's a job I hate, that's why I love the critics. Self-made, I ain't gotta ask permission. Turn my pain into fire, no ignition. Only when the money talk, when I listen. I put the city on my back and they're dissing, huh? Look, what the you think I do it for? Do it for? Hey, looking in the mirror, you the GOAT, you the GOAT. Hey, I've been out here grinding 24. So in the mirror, you the GOAT, you the GOAT. Hey, what the you think I do it for? Do it for? Hey, looking in the mirror, you the GOAT, you the GOAT. Hey, I've been out here grinding 24. So in the mirror, you the GOAT, you the GOAT.
All right, we are here, getting ready, got some rounds in. Look who decided to show up, Aditya. He's gonna be racing Cat 4 with me. Should be interesting. How's it going? Aditya, any tips for today?
Any tips? Yeah, long sprint and brake.
And try to stay on his wheel. Juan, you gotta catch them. Catch them and then ride with them. Mr. Garnett.
Oh, I didn't know that was you. You got new glasses too?
Yeah, bro.
Look at you, man. You stay fly, man.
Bro.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So here we are, La Copa Omnium. Except I'm not doing the whole Omnium. I'm just doing the race on Saturday. And there's a DTS you guys saw earlier. He's here. And shout out to my boy Garnett. You see him all the way in the back over there with the white helmet. And you know what, man? I don't even know if I'm going to stick to this whole commentary of this race because I'm still sort of upset, frustrated about it. It's like every time I feel that I got something down, it's mistakes that cost me. And so I'm probably just going to speak until the mistakes happen, and then obviously it's self-explanatory what happened. But I came into this race ready, fueled up, hydrated, carved up. Sleep wasn't that great. I only had about 6 hours of sleep, but I felt good. Legs were good. Did some riding during the week, felt strong. So I was ready. Your boy was ready to take on it and leave it out there. And the goal here was to finish top 10. This is my second race as Cat 4, which the last races before that, I was always finishing top 10. Cat 4, haven't got it yet. So off the bat, we see a detail here on the left. He's just going to start taking off. Now, I did not mean for this to happen here. I was not trying to chase him and get up in the front. I really just wanted better position. Unfortunately, it just felt like nobody else moved, and I just stood there. And when I seen these two guys take off, I just said, I'm not going to do that. I ride with a DT a lot. That guy's strong. The one thing I've been questioning a lot now is if I would have stayed on his wheel and would have created a breakaway, would I have been able to sustain that power and stay on? I don't know. That's the $1 million question. And I guess that's the one thing about racing that we don't always know. Now, pay attention to this U-turn here, because on this time, I did not press the brakes. Obviously, there was nobody else. But there was other occasions where I did, and that cost me big time. But nonetheless, now I'm just leading the pack. Everybody's behind me. This is not the position I wanted to be honest. So I sort of let off the pedal here. I felt like I'm not going to pull here. Like, I definitely don't want to. And I'm sort of easing off, knowing that, you know, whoever's behind me is just going to say, screw this guy, I'm just going to go around it. And hopefully I could just pop back in. So we're going to see if that happens. I don't remember exactly. I don't even think I was able to get in. I sort of stayed on the side, and then a couple people sort of got in front of me, and that's sort of what helped. But, you know, we're going to see what happens here. And please excuse my kid screaming in the background. I mean, twins, 3 years old. So I guess you guys get extra commentary, kid screaming. Anyways, shout out to this kid, by the way, man. Towards the end, helped him out, kind of pushed him up, and, you know, went from there. So here we go. 621 actually ended up getting second place, I believe. So shout out to him. And so keep your eye on him. And I don't have the roster in front of me, guys, and it's pretty late here. And this guy here next to me, John, I believe his name is, because I wanted to stay on John's wheel here. That's the guy right in front of me right now. And as you guys can see, I'm sort of positioning on it. And I had seen him warm up, and the guy had power. He was going up some of these hills like nothing. But Critwit here on my left came in and sort of blocked me out, man. Look at that. Critwit takes out your boy, pushes me out completely. Thought we were homies, man. See, that's what happens when the Navy is just upset that they couldn't make it to the Marine roster, so they fell back for the Navy, and now they just want to take you out on road races. So a typical Navy seaman, right? So here we are. I'm behind Critwit now, and at this point, I'm still kind of trying to figure out the field. We see 621 come back. See, this guy knew what he was doing, man, because in the end of the day, he's moving good and he's adjusting well, so it works pretty good. You know, I'm here still trying to catch, good position, still trying to figure out Who am I going to follow? We see John. And guys, this is where I think I'm messing up. Like, look at John's position right now. He's not in the front. He's not even fifth wheel, fourth wheel. He's somewhere in the middle. This guy's chilling. This is what I need to be doing, because I think that in the end of the day, what I'm doing is burning my matches early on, like that effort I just did early on. And when I do a mistake, I'm down matches. And I need to push hard to catch up, and that's where I'm getting killed. So, yeah, because look, he's chilling right there. Here we go on the second U-turn, which this one was kind of crazy. Now, every time after this turn, there was a surge. It comes into a bit of a descent here, and then it quickly jumps up into a climb. So this was crucial if you were not in the draft, because you will definitely hurt on that climb. And I think that's one of the reasons why I kind of screwed up. So I have recovered here. I'm pushing. I'm trying to find better position. I'm still kind of lost here. Look, I should have just stayed behind John here. But instead, I'm trying to, I don't know what I'm trying to do, to be honest. At this point, I'm just kind of lost. And this was a point where it got a little bit too sketchy. A couple elbows touched, and I was just like, all right, I definitely don't like this position. I need to move from here. So I think I sort of backed off a bit. I don't know if that was a great move, because then now I felt like I just kind of got sandwiched more in between more people. So I'm still trying to, figure out if I want to move, if I want to stay here. I think I see somebody go on the left, and I follow. And that's going to be that gentleman there. No, it wasn't 603. Somebody's going to go on the left on this one. And I end up following, which I should have just stayed here, man. Like, this is where you pay attention are the ones that know what they're doing, and the ones that are over there kind of just to, try to create some craziness. Because I'm realizing now that the guys that finished top 10, they're all right here in this section right here. And all the ones that are pushing in the front right now are the ones that either finish, past top 10 or, quite not there. So, these guys right here, look at John. John's even sending a text out. I think that's what he just did right now. So I see John move there. Somebody follows. There you go. 603's following. He moves up. Good position. Stays there. Guy in the orange was strong, man. And I got to give it up to that guy, too, because he was in the back a couple times and always found a way to sort of surge back up. So, man, kudos to that guy. So, all right, here we go. Now we're moving. All right, here we go. See, so I start moving. I start chasing. And I'm catching a lot of wind here, man. I'm really not behind nobody, which was just a bad mistake. And shout out to this dude right here, too, man. He stuck it up with me towards the end. He actually had to switch bikes. He crashed and messed up his bike and had to get another bike. Somebody lent him a bike, and towards the end, me and him ended up doing the only train. See, this right here was so unnecessary. Why? JP, what were you thinking? What was I trying to do here? This is not the end of the race. This is not the final lap. I have absolutely no business spending this type of energy to get up there. And I know why I did that, because I couldn't drop behind anybody. Nobody was letting me in. And I figured that if I got in the front and quickly moved off, that I could quickly jump back in on a train. That didn't happen. In fact, everybody sort of let me go and then stayed behind me. So again, not the best choice there. And although I'm not spending a lot of power here, this wind was brutal. This headwind here was pretty bad. And so I'm taking all of that in. And of course, I am now trying to figure out how to get out of this. And pay attention to this, because this is where the first mistake happens. So, boom, right there. I don't know if you saw it. I actually slipped, and my whole back tire moved and cost me all this position. Now, it's not a bad position. I still could have done good, But because I have spent so much energy on that pull, and then this turn right here was horrible, I actually ended up braking. It set me back. And instead of, look at that, I even almost hit the damn barricade or the split thing. And, you know, right here, I'm already, you know, trying to get back on the wheel here. I'm feeling that pull for sure. And this turn right here was very tricky. I don't know why. It seems like a downhill. It is a downhill. But when you turn into it, it doesn't feel like it. It's like sort of deceiving. It's weird. It's kind of like a quick ascent to a big descent. And look at this. Now I'm dead last. Dead last over that 2 mistakes that cost me. The slipped on that inside turn, which I should have never been there in the first place, and then overshooting that U-turn on turn 2. So now I am cranking a lot of watts to get back on, and I do, but I'm not gonna lie, my legs were feeling it here. So, you know, I wasn't too concerned here or too worried, because I knew for a fact that I was gonna catch up. But yes, I regretted that pull, and again, that was very intentional. Not intentional. Wait, that was not my intent. Yeah, so it was intentional. Intentional. Wait, fuck. I see. I'm getting even confused right now. That was not my intent. Period. I did not want to pull. I was just trying to get better position, and I was hoping that the ones in the front would move up and I could quickly get in, but that did not happen. So here I am again. So I catch it. I'm in, bringing my heart rate down. Legs are good, but this is a descent coming, so I felt like I could recover. But remember how I told you that U-turn is very sketchy. Not sketchy in a bad way. Sketchy that if you don't shoot it right, you are going to get dropped on that surge. And there was an attack that went on there, and that's what made it just very difficult. So I'm still recovering. I'm not drafting. I should have been behind more to the right, but instead I'm behind this gentleman here on the red. Sort of. I'm in between two here. I see Garnett there. Aditya is the one all the way in the front over there going for a crazy attack again. By the way, Aditya, I don't know what the hell that guy drinks or what kind of battery he uses, but that guy kept on trying to create breakaways by himself many times. I mean, yeah, and this is why I can't get in. There's just not letting me back in, and they're not supposed to. I get that. So whenever I had that one opportunity, like right now, I should have gone straight into Garnett's wheel, but instead I try to close in. I turn. I ended up pressing the brake slightly, but even that slightly, look at that. 800 watts just to get back. That's crazy. And again, look at Orange. Shout out to Orange, man. This guy was a beast. He would stay back here and then still manage to get on every time. And he was one of the top finishers. So, you know, man. And now look, guys, I'm in the back again. A few people dropped already, so you know it's a couple of us. Here we get the hill coming, so you get to catch up. But this is a very bad position to try to recover, because what you're supposed to do is get on somebody's wheel here and just latch on and just kind of suck it up until over the hump, and then you get a quick recovery. So if you try to recover here, it's going to be very tough. So I'm staying on top here, trying to get up there, trying to hold on. Legs are hurting right now. Just did that major push. I feel it. I should have gotten off the saddle, but I didn't. I still stayed seated, thinking that I would be able to pull it through. And here we see Orange again. Look at that. Quickly gets back up there. I'm waiting for this descent here to try to make up ground. All right, I see it in sight. It's still a lot of watts, man. I'm pushing a lot here. and I'm still behind nobody, so I'm getting a bunch of wind. I don't know why I did not just get behind the gentleman in front of me. We see Garnett here. Pass him on the right. I don't know why the gentleman was shaking his head. I guess he was just hoping Garnett will pull him through. And that's the one thing about road racing, guys. Just in case you don't know, you miss a wheel, one key mistake, and you get distance, you're screwed. I mean, it's very, very, very hard after that, you know. And, you know, I'm getting behind this guy here just for leverage. And then when I feel that I could take it, I get off the saddle. And I'm going to push hard to try to catch the peloton. The goal here is to latch on and recover on the descent. But look at that, almost 700 watts just to push back up here. And I see him in sight. I'm getting there. It's close. There's a quick little drop there, but it's a deceiving drop here, guys. It's I don't even know how to explain it because it is a descent. However, it starts feeling very quick like a climb. And it's not a crazy climb. It's one of those deceiving climbs. So here we go again. JP playing catch up. I feel like every race that I've done so far, it's been bad positioning, then playing catch up, then trying to recover. So here we are. See, it's flattens out now, and then it starts coming up a bit slightly. Now I'm all the way in the back. It's been about 4 or 5 people that have dropped so far, and so it's kind of just me by myself right now trying to catch up. I take this turn here good. We go in. I'm trying to punch it here. Try to get up to that U-turn. All right, here we go. This time I did it good. This was a good turn. I'm in there now. I'm trying to push. I got 700 watts. See, this was a story of my whole race, man. Big pushes, big wattage just to catch up. And this is really the only chance you have to catch up here on this course. And it's on this turn right here. And see, it goes up into a quick little uphill and then it drops. That's the tough part there. That's why, you know, you're coming in from that U-turn, that little climb, turn. And you get that little quick little uphill, and then you're rolling here. And this is really where you want to be in the better position to catch up. Because if you miss them here and you start going towards further down, you're pretty much done. There's no way. And I see him in sight. I'm pushing. Getting there. Look at that, 300 plus watts just to catch back up. This is a lot of air, guys. I'm talking about the headwind here was crazy. All right, I'm almost there. I feel him. I'm really trying to get there before the hill. You can see the climb just up ahead, so I'm not going to have that much time to recover. And this is the hardest part of racing, right? Because, you know, as you see it so close, but it's yet so far. And then you see it kind of like spring back out and you're just like, oh man, come on, just give me a break. So I get here, I'm on. Trying to recover here. I'm in a good position. Getting coverage. At this point, I'm not worried about moving or anything. I'm just, and look at John on the left. Again, look at that. Just middle, chilling. I mean, see, and then the guy in the yellow there is sort of the one that looks like the sunflower jersey there. Same thing. He was what? I think he finished third, but look at his position. He's in the middle. You know, not wasting. And man, see, this is the frustrating part. I mean, I could say everything I wish I could have, but even Aditya finished P7, and look where he's at. He's right in front of me right now. He's not in the front. Although he did a bunch of crazy attacks, he's chilling, recovering, not losing position. This is what I need to work on, because whatever I'm doing is clearly not working. Wasting so unnecessary energy just to catch up. Look at John over there on the right, having a conversation, chilling. I mean, man, fuck. I should have just stayed behind him the whole time. All right, here we are. We're moving. I wonder if Aditya was seeing if I got dropped. He's like, man, I wonder if JP left her. Oh, there you are, JP. What's up? Welcome back. All right, I'm going to speed it up. Let's go. Oh, dude, are you serious? So I decided to stay on Aditya's wheel here. And I realized I don't have Aditya's cornering skills, but look how quickly he just got in there. See, that's what you're supposed to do. Aditya did it right there. Look at that, and falls in a better position. And yet here I fall in the back again. Look at that. From moving, possibly could have cut to the middle. Now I am the last person again. This is crazy. So frustrating. And now again, here I am expending a bunch of watts after I just wasted a lot in catching up. So when we talk about burning matches, I think I might have just burned all my matches already by now. There goes a DT on the left, going for an attack. People start chasing. You see a bunch of people there, got off the saddle, closing that gap. And that's kind of what really killed me here, guys. I mean, my legs were pretty much cooked at this point. Oh, you see the gentleman there, the crashed. You see him running with his bike. He ended up getting somebody else's bike and jumping in after. So shout out to him, man. From Mexico, Rosarito riding. If you're watching this video, appreciate you jumping on my train there, man, for us to try to make that effort to catch up. And guys, this was pretty much it. After this one, there was just no way I was going to be able to catch back up. Yeah, this is, you know, it's funny. The whole time this was happening, in my head, I was playing the whole Titanic meme that they put on cycling when the group starts leaving you. And you're just like, Jack, come back. Come back. And it's just getting smaller, smaller. And you're pushing, you're grinding, and your leg is just hurting. And you're like, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. But yet, every time you seem like you're getting closer, it's just further and further. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to finish off with the commentary here. I don't know. You guys tell me your thoughts, what you guys think I should have done differently. Again, man, don't drill me on this too bad. Remember, only been riding for 6 months. Recently went up to Cat 4. On all my other races, I was finishing top 10. Wanted to challenge myself, so went up higher and started taking on a lot more harder races. Currently at 180, so I know that my weight definitely plays a big part on these climbs. And I think the goal right now is going to be to get down to 170, to be honest. And I think that's going to provide a better opportunity, especially on the climbs. Endurance wise, I feel good. The engine is good. I think I test that out many times, and a lot of the group rides that I'm riding on, I think it's all just now just race IQ and positioning and more confident on the turns for sure. But you know, shout out to everybody that jumped on that train with me after to try to help catch up. I tried to do that sooner, but couldn't get the help, and I ended up pushing through for a couple laps until I finally just said, you know what, this is just not gonna work. I'm gonna end up burning myself, and sort of slowed down. And you guys will see it in the video where I slowed down tremendously to wait for that other gentleman, the one that crashed and had to get a bike replacement. And then me and him started working together, and towards the end, yeah, my legs were cooked. So But, you know, your boy will never not finish a race. I don't believe in quitting. They might as well damn kick me out and pull me out of the race before I quit. So I will continue to push on, move forward, and just take these as learning lessons, man. They're all experiences, and I always get to meet great people and learn more about racing and realize that it's not just all endurance and, you know, how well you train and eat and all that stuff. There's a lot more to it, and I think that's the beauty of racing. So I'm gonna keep posting these, and I hope you guys enjoy them. Please comment, share, subscribe. Truly appreciate it. And yeah, man, let's keep on going on this bike journey. Let's keep moving.
there so I can grab behind you. muchacho. We'll take turns. Desde que bajamos juntos o empezamos. Oh. Si quieres yo jalo primero, te vamos turno.
All right, guys, that's a wrap. Unfortunately, the footage got cut off. I don't know how. I charged the whole battery up, so I had to put a fresh battery in. And anyways, you did not miss anything good. Trust me. Aside of my ending performance, well, we got to finish with a bang, right? You know what? I don't even know where to start with this race. I'm going to make this just quick. This is those one things about racing where I learned so far that it doesn't matter how much you prepared. I mean, simple things could happen. After watching some of the footage, should I have stayed on a details wheel? I don't know. You guys tell me. Please comment below. Details, my friend who took off. And I spoke about it on the voiceover when I was commentating on the race. How bad did that slip mess me up? Because it did kind of throw me off and it did set me back positions. And from there on, I had to struggle to get back up on a wheel. After that big push, that gap that I closed. And you know what the crazy part is? When I initially got that gap, it was just that turn. I don't know. Even towards the end, there's a few times where I did that turn. I think it's turn 1. Then you got the U-turn. It's turn 3, if we would call it that, because turn 2 is the U-turn on the top. Turn 3, it's like it's like a bunch of people were just kind of pushing on it, and it is kind of like a slight downhill, but it's kind of deceiving because it sort of goes down and sort of flattens up, and then it gives you a little bit, and then out of nowhere it just kind of jumps up, and then it's very weird. So you feel it in the legs. It's very hard to explain because right when you get into the turn, you're coming down from a descent from that U-turn, and then you go into this turn and you feel it. You have to sort of change gear. So I don't know if my preparation for that turn wasn't on point, or was it because I didn't feel confident enough on that second turn that set me back enough where I wasn't catching up fast enough. So then I had to work. So when I did that big bridge to catch up, and I did, we went to that 4th U-turn in the bottom. So now we're 1, 2, 3, 4th. That U-turn in the bottom when you descend down, and it's a little bit slight up, and it goes into a slight downhill, and then quickly you start climbing. My legs were cooked. My legs were pretty much done. I think after watching the footage, I needed to turn quicker and get in upfront position, which I saw many people do, and then leverage the fact that I'll be in a higher position going into the climb. So if I fall back, it's not going to hurt me because you have a quick little descent there where you could catch up. So it's a lot. It's a lot to process. I don't know. You guys tell me, watch it, give me some feedback on it. Again, guys, this is my second race as a Cat 4. Not sure if that means anything, but I do feel that, man, it's everything else is falling in place. It's just key things, race IQ specifically, that's kind of just messing me up. But I'll get it down. I'm still excited. I'm enjoying this journey, and that's what it's all about. The fact that I'm getting out there and competing, that's alone something that, for such a short time that I've been racing, that's cool. I'm all right with the results so far. And let's see where it goes. Thank you for the support, guys. Keep watching, comment, please share, subscribe, and let me know what other stuff you guys want to see on this whole process. And we'll go from there until the next one.